Obviously this has been my home now for 14 years. I am not the tallest goalkeeper. I think I've always overcome that obstacle and proved people wrong.
He's brave as a lion, he wants to get involved, he'll come and take crosses, no question about it.
He's always been like larger than life character.
I think it's really valuable with the academy, and I think that the whole process of that, I genuinely don't think I'd be here without the academy process. So I think it's really set me up in good stead to come up to the first team and really thrive. When I was just turned 6, I went down the park with a couple of my friends. I found a pair of football gloves down there, goalkeeping gloves, and that's really when I thought that I wanted to be a goalkeeper. I got a scout come up to me, who was asking me if I'd like a trial at Birmingham City, and that's from then, ever since, I really cracked on.
And Leahy looks to take full advantage. Tom Leahy for Millwall, denied by Brad Mayo.
Once more to get in behind, the cutback was there. There is Ferguson thrashing his right foot across the ball. A tremendous save from Brad Mayo. Jersey Fleet, he looks across. Snowden is the one that he's trying to pick out, and it is him that goes for goal. And it is a good save from Mayo.
I knew about Brad from the moment I was in the building, really. He was kind of the outstanding one from the academy at that age group that was coming through.
So I actually did my first session with Brad on my interview to come here. So Brad was 13 in the under-14s year. He's always been like larger than life character, always been really, really proactive, really clever in what he does. Now, that's in training, you put a game on, he's one step ahead trying to break the game, to win the game. He does it in matches, so he'll be one step ahead of what the opponent's doing.
I was mental. I was crazy. I was a fruitcake. I was an absolute fruitcake. I think you have to be a goalkeeper at that age.
Yeah, there were moments when he probably stretched the rules and he probably stepped outside the lines a little bit. But what I'd say is fair play to the family and his dad and his mum are really pivotal points in his life, and they helped us in guiding him, and he's come through and been able to get into the first team squad today.
I am not the tallest goalkeeper. However, I've never had the problem of someone turning around to me and going, "Oh, he's too small." I think I've always overcome that obstacle and proved people wrong, and I will continue doing that for the rest of my career.
I know how high he can jump. He's got great spring in his legs. He's brave as a lion. He wants to get involved. He'll come and take crosses, no question about it. You know, people have a look at him, they'll be very surprised, and that isn't actually a flaw of his.
So I remember when I was under 16s, we had a very strong 18s group which I played in for the majority of the year, and we come, I think it was first or second in the league, and we got to the semi-finals against Charlton, which was away, which we unfortunately lost 3-2. Well, that season was it was eye-opening to me, because it made me realise that the next step is for it to become a job for you. And then obviously, of course, leading on to the 21s year where we got to the final. That year was such a special year, such an amazing, special group of lads, which I think I'll remember that year for the rest of my life, which was such special memories, especially at the Millwall, at the Den. It was a brilliant, brilliant night.
It isn't always about winning at this level, as it is about progressing and improving. But oh boy, does this mean something tonight. First made by Smith, and Smith could turn in the penalty area, snapshot to the near post. Well marshalled by Brad Mayo. There's Howland, looks to slip through Leahy. Leahy from the Millwall wall. Home clips into a dangerous area as a blue header, and Dixon's there!
Yes!
And surely Blues have won it! Blues have reached the PDL National Playoff Final.
I think throughout that year, when the 21 year I was just speaking about, I was up and down regarding injuries and people going out on loan. I was up and down, sometimes featuring on the bench, and then last year it was sort of a conversation where it was, would you like to do it full time up here? And I think it was a no-brainer for me, because I think the experience you get from being up here full time, working with such high professional players, it really does improve, and I think I've really come a long way
Yeah, every opportunity we got Brad involved with the first team, get him used to that environment. He's blossomed really well. He's a great personality. The lads love him around the place, and obviously got rewarded with a contract. You know, he'd worked so hard to earn that.
He's come through and been able to get into the first team squad today. It's testament to how he is as a person that he's stayed in around that environment for as long as he has.
At times you have to drag him off the training field, you know, there'd be times when the manager's doing, you know, a lot of shape work, so a lot of standing around, but he'll hang around and wait for, you know, Jace Dansfield likes to do some finishing at the end, match day -1 and stuff, and Brad always makes himself available.
But I definitely think that the gaffer has helped me improve, Mike has helped me improve, and it's brilliant training every day with someone like Ryan, who's an excellent ball playing goalkeeper, a modern goalkeeper, who I can learn off every day. It's been really valuable for me. With us getting promoted, I can only thank the lads for making me feel so involved and so welcome.
The way that he speaks, and he's a sponge, and he's very, very clean cut in how he sees things. So the conversations you have with him are, how was training? Yeah, good. I could have done this, I could have done this. Okay, brilliant. What's it like training with John, Bailey, Ryan? Yeah, they're really good at this, so I need to be better at that.
The most important challenge and my advice would be to any young kids coming up now is just to enjoy it. Just being able to embrace yourself and show off what you're capable of.